Despite garnering strong reviews from critics and audiences alike, Jason Reitman says Chevy Chase was not too fond of Saturday Night. Co-written and directed by Reitman, the movie served as a biopic for the long-running sketch show, being set on the night of the show's premiere and the chaos that ensued in trying to get the show on the air. Chase was portrayed in the Saturday Night cast by Gotham alum Corey Michael Smith, with some of the other ensemble including Gabriel LaBelle as Lorne Michaels, Rachel Sennett as Rosie Schuster, Dylan O'Brien as Dan Aykroyd and Matt Wood as John Belushi. As the movie makes its way through the awards circuit press tour, Reitman made an appearance on David Spade and Dana Carvey's Fly on the Wall podcast to discuss Saturday Night. In looking back on the responses to the movie and the way he depicted some of the Saturday Night Live icons in it, the director recalled Chevy Chase being quite blunt in his response to the film, telling Reitman he should be embarrassed. Reitman went on to share his own reaction to Chase's blunt review, acknowledging that, from a comedy point of view, that's really pure and kind of cool, while also lamenting that the star didn't acknowledge the director's efforts to find the humanity and give Chase a moment to be loved. Check out the rest of what Reitman shared below. What Chase's response to Saturday Night means for the film. His review was always going to draw attention. While a blunt response is never what a director hopes to get for their film, Chase's Saturday Night review will likely come as little surprise to those familiar with the actor's history on the show. Chase's Saturday Night Live exit is a source of infamy for the long-running sketch comedy, with some stories pointing towards his rising stardom causing tension between him and some other cast members, particularly John Belushi. Given his exit from the show didn't come until season 2, Reitman didn't need to show any of that, but still did foreshadow some of the drama that would surround him in the years to come. The other reason why Chase's blunt Saturday Night review may not come as much of a surprise is that it falls in line with the icon's general sense of humor. Chase is often known for his more sardonic and abrasive jokes both on and off-screen, something that proved well for the likes of Community's Pierce. Given Reitman didn't share much else of what Chase told him he felt about the film, it's hard to actually say how much was from a sense of comedy and how much was genuine frustration. Even if Chase wasn't too fond of the film, though, there were other Saturday Night Live vets who were far more positive in their responses to it. Dan Aykroyd is one such SNL veteran who had a glowing review for Saturday Night, praising both Reitman and his co-writer Gil Keenan's pretty accurate approach to telling the events of the night while also delivering something propulsive, engaging and funny. Aykroyd even called for the movie to be a surefire candidate for Best Picture at the Oscars in 2025. Our take on Chase's Saturday Night review. He was never going to be nice about it. Chevy Chase hosting Weekend Update in Saturday Night Live. Despite still being an icon in the world of comedy, Chase's reputation has increasingly become a troubled one as more and more stories of his difficult behavior on sets have come to light. One of the more recent was even that of Chris Columbus recalling the personal clash he and the star had while in the early days of working on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which resulted in the director's exit and replacement on the film. As such, I can't say I ever expected Chase's thoughts on Saturday Night to be positive, regardless of how the movie depicted him. Chase largely worked to distance himself from the sketch show in the wake of his absence, and with his brand of humor being a very pointed one, he was always going to find a way to twist the knife into the side of any filmmaker who dared wade into telling the story of his time on Saturday Night Live.